Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 10, Week 7, Day 4. So today, of course, we got ourselves the hero class for the Diabolist. This hero class, unfortunately, is one of the worst in the entire game. However, that likely means a lot of people don't have it upgraded, so time to get some EXP on it, if nothing else. But yeah, it's pretty bad. I believe the only thing it has going for it is technically a triple damage burning, which almost is a thing against it in a sense. Just because if you were to use a triple damage burning, you're probably using like literally any other triple damage burning in the entire game. There is one combo on it that's kind of funny, that can ever so occasionally get some value, and it's triple damage burning into Death Mark into Doomstorm at start. There's almost no situation where you really necessarily want to run it. However, that is probably its main gimmick if you are going to be using it. The main thing that's really annoying about it is there's a 25% chance to summon a Nightmare when an ally casts a spell. Unlike something like Orb Weaver hero class, it gains a lot of benefit from whenever it takes damage, there's a 35% chance to summon a Giant Spider. The main reason for that is it's normally using purple, whereas this is normally blocking a lot of teams that you would actually end up using this team even with in the first place. Let's say, for example, your hero is in second slot, where you're just going to keep summoning something in front of it and you have no way to disable it, which means you have to use hero in first slot with any of these teams. If anything else on your team ends up dying, you're getting a very useless troop in its replacement, which means a lot of Daemon teams that tend to have summons can't really summon something useful there. It's probably one of the most, actually literally the most detrimental final trait that's on any hero class in the entire game, where it would actually be stronger if it did not have the trait. It is actually, I believe, the only class in the game where if it did not have its final trait, it'd be stronger than if it did have its final trait. Some have some nearly useless ones, like the 5 armor off of, like, let's say Warden, for example, where the amount of benefit that gives is nearly 0. But at least it's more than literally 0, like a negative number. Because that's basically what Diabolist does. Like, it actively hurts the hero class. Whereas this at least somewhat helps you, even though it barely does anything. Even something like the 2 armor off of Knights, which is generally considered a pretty bad overall hero class. Even his final trait is at least, like, usable. It gives you 2 armor every turn, which is more than something negative. But anyways, nothing else, class EXP. Speaking of which, we need to go get Geomancer. Also, one kind of funny thing. In recording the video earlier, I actually got so lucky on those things that between the prep for the video and the actual video itself, I have actually already found all 10 of the things today. We were already going to get them passively through other things we were going to do this stream. However, just in recording that short little video, we actually got everything we needed for it today. So that was pretty quick. Anyways, so that's done. Though we were already going to get that done without even trying. So anyways, let's go do the class event. So of course the class event that we have going on, as I just mentioned, Diabolist, we just kind of went over a whole spiel on it. But same team as we mentioned on Monday. The only difference is I did change out the class for Geomancer for the obvious reason that we're trying to get EXP on Geomancer. So we'll just do that and clear it out with this team then. Oh, that's the Cursebreaker event. Wrong event. Where is the... Oh, we have a pet right here. Do I need this? Oh, I do. Okay, I'll grab that next. But first, let me go grab... I don't know, should we do that first? Let's do the class trial first. We'll do it after. It's not going to take that long to do class trials. It's like a 50-minute timer. We'll be fine. Anyways, let's start with this. Same thing we mentioned on Monday. Only difference is we're using Geomancer, which is weaker, but, you know, we need that class EXP. Because if we do these 20 battles, or sorry, yeah, 20 battles, that'd be 40 XP towards our hero class. But, you know, that's not a huge amount, but every little bit helps. Plus, a lot of these battles are decently quick. It's also not really hindering our overall speed by doing this. Archmages would be slightly quicker whenever we take a purple, which is nice. However, overall, our speed is barely hindered by not running Archmages. Also, hello Isabel, hello Gimli, hello Tyrion, hello Zeddicus, hello Roman, hello Dwight, hello Tyrion, hello Odixlayer, hello Sushi Ninja, hello Cookie, hello Dragon Demon, hello Bill Warhammer, and hello Venice. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all has been well. You left your pizza in your truck. Too bad, you wasted some good eats. Oh no, that's unfortunate. I had pizza the other day, we were talking about it. Actually, wasn't that while we were late last night? I remember if that was last night or the night before, pretty sure it was. I finished it all in one day, though. I was very hungry. No, we don't have green. Oh, why do I keep thinking this team has green too, purple? There is a troop that does that, if I'm not mistaken, though this team does not run it because it's not from this kingdom. It's from, Second Fleet. Right? No, not Second Fleet. It's from, Second Fleet's like that yellow to blue. Which one is it from? Is that top left one? It's from Crypt. Crypt has green to purple. Why can I not remember the troop name? But yeah, it's Crypt that has the green to purple. Oh, it's Sword's Edge. Sword's Edge is where it's from. I remember now. Yeah, it's Crypt from Sword's Edge. Can't remember the troop name, but that's the one with green-purple convert. Which is unfortunately a different kingdom. As our restriction currently for this mode, I keep wanting to click it though, because out of all of them, I'd probably use that one the most. Of the like something to purple converts. But unfortunately, it's from a different kingdom, so we cannot use it. That was probably the one I used the most out of any of the purple converty guys. Though I use this one in Guild Wars occasionally. There's some funny things you could do to deny out your own purple on purple day, which is situationally very useful. Yeah, Graveseer, that's his name. That's the one. Yeah, we can't use them due to the restriction, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I was going to say what the restriction was. The restriction is daemons from Blighted Lands. So unless it's a daemon from Blighted Lands, we cannot run it. It's not for this mode. But we still have double Empower Purple, so we'll be fine. Double Empower Purple into double AoE. So it should actually be a pretty quick event for once. We have a decently good team for once. Like, sometimes the options we have are pretty pitiful, and it takes a little bit longer. This is about one of the best kind of setups you can have for one of these events, whenever they roll around. Because we have essentially everything we need to win. 2 casts and 2 empowers to get us to those 2 casts. 1 HP. Luckily, this does damage to weakest, so if there's only one alive, or if they resummon, we can actually use that to poke it dead, while also still getting mana accumulation, which is a very convenient combination. Also, we might be able to get the hero class to like level 94, 95 tonight. I almost want to try seeing if we can get it all the way max, so that's going to take a while if we did. We can actually calculate out the exact amount of EXP we are short. I haven't done that yet. Maybe we'll level up. Actually, we kind of already know. What's 95 times 10? 950. It would take 3 hours. Optimal farming, it would take 3 hours for us to max our hero class, if we were to do the PvP method. Which is definitely possible. I'm not sure we're going to do all that right now, though. Save it tomorrow for Nomapalooza. I was considering it. Like, maybe off-stream tomorrow morning and then cover a video on the class. Like, I was considering doing it that way. Because that would work out pretty well. Because by the time we get to tomorrow morning, we would only have to farm it for like 2 hours anyways after the stream. Maybe even slightly less than that. And by 2 hours, I mean doing it optimally in PvP. Oh, why did I do that? We already had alignment. Fail. I saw the yellow-purple in the corner and I clicked the wrong one. I was literally looking at our correct option. But I clicked the wrong side on over here. Both of them I don't use that often, so I'm not used to their icon. Because each one has a different icon when they're empowered. Like, I know what their troop art looks like, but I always keep forgetting necessarily what their cast art looks like. Just because they're 2 empowers I don't use too often. Because empowers, basically, they look more like their empower option than their troop icon. Even though I have most of them memorized by their troop icon. Because, of course, they start every battle with full mana, so, you know, they're kind of always full mana, in a sense. Or at least starting. Because the thing that throws me off is he looks like a knight, where she doesn't look like a knight. But when she's empowered, she looks more like a knight than he looks like a knight. Because, basically, They look like this when they're not empowered, but when they're empowered, they almost look inverse. Like the knight should be him and the other icon should be for her. Like the Van Barrack's one is obvious. Van Barrack's one of those troops I wish was viable, but it isn't. There's actually a really cool dragon we're getting from the next faction next Friday. And by next Friday, I mean not tomorrow, but next week's Friday. I need to keep specifying just in case. But, next Friday, we're getting so many good things on next Friday. We're getting a new mythic, and 4 new troops, all from the faction. New weapon, all that. But the legend from the new faction looks really cool. The only problem is I'm pretty sure it is useless, as does almost all good-looking mythics. I feel like every troop that ever gets good troop art is almost always unusable. For seemingly no reason. EXP, welcome, welcome. Also, hello, Lester and Elisa, welcome as well. I need a sip of water. But we're done. There we go, easy. And for that, we get 50 Diabolist EXP. And by 50 Diabolist EXP, I mean 40 of the other EXP for, what's it called? For Geomancer. Because we did Geomancer the whole time. So we got almost more EXP for Geomancer than we did for the Diabolist, which is kind of funny, as we're doing the Diabolist event. Hello, Darkside, welcome. 1 second, my throat's being all clogged. There we go. Okay, anyways. So, where were we? Tribute's ready, apparently. So we'll grab that. Get our tribute all good to go. So, next order of business. We need more XP. So let's clear out the rest of our dailies. We actually kind of started it earlier. Oh, no, before I forget, I know what I need to do. I was mentioning this earlier. I'm not actually even going to use the hero class for this. But I will just do it with the standard setup we already have. But we need to go clear through this pet. We need 5 more copies of it. And I will forget if I don't do it right now, so let me go do it right now. We could use the hero class if we wanted to for a team like this. The only problem is, due to Phoenicia, we have to change out our, not only the hero class, but also the entire team. If this team could function without Phoenicia, without the hero class, I would. But this particular setup we have does not function if we get rid of the hero class. Because we can only replace it with a Red Storm hero class, and Geomancer is not a Red Storm hero class. Because I believe that's off a Fire Tree, if I'm not mistaken. So unfortunately, we can't use it. We'd have to replace up the whole team, which would just take too long. And then once we're done with Geomancer in like another day or two, we just have to switch it back, which is why I haven't been doing them for the pet rescue, if you've been wondering. It's because I knew it would take us like only about a week or less to max it out. And I didn't want to ruin all my pet setups just to get a little bit extra XP for a week. Because ultimately it only would have ended up being like 1 hero level. But it would have made it so we had to switch back every single pet battle we did during that time, so I just haven't bothered switching any of them. If you had a lot of hero classes to do, you would. But for only 1 hero class, it doesn't make much sense to switch out of it. Just have to switch back in less than a week. Because it would have made at least like 5 of our pet battle pre-saves the wrong one that we'd have to change later. Not that those teams wouldn't be usable for it, but you know, I'd rather just stick with Phoenicia. Good old Phoenicia. Right now we stop one-shotting, I'm pretty sure. I hope we eventually get a build that can actually one-shot the 7th and 8th battle. To this day, there's currently nothing that can. That's not to say there won't be something that eventually can. But like this hit right here will not one-shot them. And there's currently nothing that can without additional setup. And same as this battle. There's plenty of stuff that can 2-shot it, but nothing that can 1-shot it. Though I don't think anything will ever be able to 1-shot this battle. The 7th battle, probably, at some point, maybe. But this particular battle, it will be almost impossible to ever 1-shot it. The amount of durability it has is just too high. Oh, if only we had a skull follow-up there, it would have been so nice. Would anybody be surprised if you said you pulled a power or 1% power orb last night? Nice. Another one for the pile. Alright, we got 2 copies there. Still need 3 more. Still need McGrim's Woods bonus, so it doesn't matter much. Where's McGrim's Wood upgraded to? Oh! It's actually level 27. Interesting. And by 27, I mean 26. Because almost no one's going for 27. Especially because it's green. My greens belong to the Magic Kingdom. Zolcari. I haven't actually put in Zolcari yet, but that's where they're going. Is Zolcari. Yeah, that is where they shall go. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Zolcari is actually the furthest kingdom we have to having a level 20. We might even want to try focusing at some point. It just takes so many green deeds, and there's not really a proper way to farm them directly. But yeah, how many books short are we? We're 17 books short. If we had 17 more green... Oh, no. Actually, each 5 of these, we're actually only 12 short. We're only 12 green deed books short of our first ever 20-star kingdom. I mean, a level 20 kingdom, I mean. For a magic bonus. I'm pretty sure the purple's quite a bit further, though. We check purple. I think we're only at, like, 9. We're at 17. So yeah, they're both at about the same spot. Green's at 18, purple's at 17. I'm not sure this would be the exact purple one we'd upgrade, but it's still a magic one as well. There's 4 different options for purple, whereas green only has 1 option, it has to be Zolcari. Every other color doesn't matter as much because they're not related to a magic kingdom. We also have to keep in mind, once we start doing that, we're going to have a Imperial issue. Though we could always craft some. How many Imperials could I craft if I actually did my whole stack? Because I haven't bothered doing them for a while. If we were to craft every single thing to Imperial, we would have 13 more than what we currently have. That's not even enough for 1 kingdom. Gosh, they need to rebalance those numbers. Anyways, so we did that. Let me clear out the rest of the dungeons. We did it earlier just to kind of show the thing for the video. Take that over, explode all the things, and I'm pretty sure rolling just kills. And if it doesn't, Black Mana goes ready to go. I'm not actually set to armor right now, so I'm pretty sure this final battle actually doesn't one-shot. I believe in the current state of the game we do have enough damage to one-shot it, but I'm not set to armor, so it won't. I had easy solution to that. Just get mana on both. Alright, it's definitely not going to one-shot now after that. I'm just going to preemptively Black Mana gold so we get maximum amount of damage. If we did the other way around, there's a chance they could still live. But that way guarantees they die. Alright, there we go. And that clears out dungeon now. And that I believe is oh no, there's actually one last main objective. And then we could focus on actually leveling up this hero class. Hey, we're at exactly 1,000 points. And we're almost dead last in our guild. Well, we haven't done today's battles yet. Yeah, looks like the guild does almost all the things. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Are we still recruiting for a slot? Isabel might know. Do we still need a person? Let me double check. Even if it says we need a person, I'm not sure if we indirectly filled it. Oh, nope, we're all full. Oh, thank you, Isabel. And anyone else who assisted with recruiting. Apparently, we have refilled the guild. With, the Jamie James, and I have no clue how to say that. With ApsolArcher? Epsola? I want to say it like Absol. But I know Absol... Well, that's a P, not a B. And that's also an A, not an O. It's like Apps. I don't know, how else do you say that than Absol? ApsolArcher. Something like that. But welcome. There we go. Anyways, so we did that. Let's go clear out the other event. And then we can focus on actually leveling this hero class. Because we're currently almost dead last in our guild for this. So let me go assist. A little bit more points. Oh, where's our... Oh, I don't have a setup for it. Oh, no. This is magic based, right? I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. Oh, wait, I can actually do the little mini magic based one. Nice. Yeah, it's magic based. And Guard's Avatar gains quite a bit of a benefit from it as well. Because his boost ratio also gets boost ratioed from the other boost ratio. Boost ratios in Gems of War actually all stack for the most part. One of the few exceptions to that is Mana Start. Does not stack, it just takes the highest value. But generally speaking, almost every percent value in Gems of War or multiplier in the game stacks. Normally additively, not multiplicitly. And one of the only few exceptions is Mana Start, where it only takes the highest value. Otherwise, it'd be very broken if it took into account every value. Because then you would just put 250% on your team and have a full team of Empower, even if they don't have Empower. which is the main reason why that doesn't exist. It would be way too broken. Because using 2 slots on your team, you could have your other 2 be empowered, as well as those 2 that would normally have 50% also be empowered. Hello, Cookie. Oh, those symbols. That's the one we use for the little icon thingy. I use it for the logo of the channel. If you ever seen that little, well, it's next to some people's names too who've subscribed to the channel, or, you know, with the join button thingy. But in the middle of it, it actually has the combination of all those icons together. I believe it's in the corner too, as like a little watermark thing on the video. I think if you click it, it subscribes you to the channel. But yeah, it's kind of just been the logo for the channel. I made it one day, like, ages back, almost like a decade ago. I was like, I have this asset laying around, let's just put it there. I've used it for a couple things since. Oh, man, we already did all of our battles. Gosh, that was quick. Did we even get a Valraven? It sure didn't feel like we did. Gosh, that was quick. I was like looking over at chat, and then by the time I looked back, we were done. Looks like we have a multi-way tie with 1,145. Looks like the variation isn't that high on this event. Ah, there we go. Anyways, we've done the bare minimum for our guild. What an example to the rest of the guild. We have done exact bare minimum. Anyways, let's go completely destroy everything in PvP. So if we click on PvP, click on casual, we should see 1 billion free battles. And we shall do these in order to go get this class EXP. We're currently at level 89, about to be level 90. We'll hand out a code at, how about 91? But I think this rest of the stream is just going to be power grinding the class. And then tomorrow I hope to get it to 100, as well as cover the video for it either tomorrow or Saturday. So that we can cover it as a level 100 max. I want to try doing it tomorrow, so it's exactly 1 week since it released. Because it doesn't take that much longer. Because we're approximately 1,000 XP short right now. Across everything. And at 1,000 XP short with this method, we get it done in under 3 hours. If all we did was what we're doing right now, it'd take 3 hours or less. We're not doing all that right now, but between now and sometime tomorrow, it only takes a total of 3 hours doing this. Also, hello, Jason. Welcome, welcome. Hey, and if any of you didn't see, we did cover a video on EXP farming. It's pretty much a summary of kind of what we went over last night. Just in a nice shorter, like 10-minute video or so. Because the video went a little bit longer than anticipated. I was trying to get it closer to like 8-ish minutes. But I kind of tangented on a few things. And messed up on showing something in the Underworld, and I figured I'd just keep it in. Didn't bother redoing the whole video over it. Because the Underworld team was still set to my insta-kill team, not to an XP farming team. Because, you know, once you don't need class XP anymore, you set all your teams pretty much to whatever's most efficient. And so all my teams defaulted are still to the most efficient things rather than XP farming things. Because normally when you're XP farming, every single location, like all your Underworld teams, all your pet battles, they're probably set to something that can help you get class XP. But once you already have all the class XP, you just set it to whatever is the strongest. Which is what almost every single one of our teams is normally set to. Since normally we don't have to farm a class, but due to this class, we've started to need to do it again. But after tomorrow, we'll once again have every class max. Oh gosh, why are the battles being so much higher right now? Do I need to go lose PvP? I'm actually not sure if losing PvP gives us easier battles or harder battles. Because my only concern with actually trying to deliberately lose a battle. Because the way that this matchmaking works is a little bit weird, as it does look at win rate. However, there is a chance that losing once and only once actually makes our battles harder, not easier. Which is why I generally keep it at 0-0. Because unless it's really bad at 0-0, you probably don't want to even touch ranked PvP a single time. We could try it though near the end when we're like nearly done with it. Because there's a chance a loss would help us. But there's also a chance that someone testing like their teams would also just have lost a couple times. Which is one of my concerns with actually losing. Because one of the people, or the category of people who would have like a couple losses are people who are just going into PvP just to test ultra ridiculously strong teams. Which is the concern with doing that. because it's not actually like a brand new player or an easy player that would necessarily have a high lose rate for the PvP. It would mostly be people who are testing some kind of team and then they're retreating from battle. And they're testing like multiple different teams just to kind of see what it will do. And they just happen to be doing it in ranked PvP rather than somewhere else. Because that's my concern with going to like 0-1, 0-2, 0-3. Let's keep it at 0-0, as is most likely better. Though I have not done enough testing to know for sure. And right now it's not broke, so we're not going to try fixing it. It's working perfectly fine right now. A bit more repicks than I'd like, but it's still like about 1 every 3. As long as you're doing it in like under 5 repicks, I think you're fine. If it's taking more than that, then you might want to consider like losing some. But right now we have a pretty good rate of them. I guess sometimes what the game gives you from week to week can change. Like as far as opponents. Some weeks, even at 0-0, it still gives you like some slightly harder opponents. The main thing you want to make sure is you just don't have much PvP done. Like ideally just absolutely no PvP done at all. Because even just a few wins can drastically give you higher opponents. Like if we did those 4 battles on Monday, our opponents would be so much stronger than if we didn't. Because, you know, a lot of people did only 4 battles this week. So a lot of like active, super strong players would have done, you know, 4 battles just to do it for the objective. So the kind of things you would get matched against would be so ridiculously strong. Even if you only did 4 wins. And losing a bunch doesn't necessarily recover it always. It can. It would definitely help. Like, if you wanted to do this method and you already did the 4 wins, like, losing a bunch would definitely help you to get easier opponents. But those 4 wins alone, just having them kind of makes it slightly unusable, I think, for this week. I don't actually have a count set up like that, so I wouldn't know 100% for sure. But it would definitely make it harder. Also, I don't think I could one-shot this battle here. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's unfortunate. I should have just Black Manacle to begin with. I knew just looking at it that we wouldn't one-shot. I still went for it. The double shot's not bad. Doesn't waste that much more time. As long as they don't revive. That's the main thing we don't want to see. What's nice is these lower rating people generally don't have like any traits, or if they do, they're like, we don't have a revive trait. Oh, we just got a level 90. Okay, 1 more level, we'll go hand out a code. And then we'll keep grinding for the rest of the night. Or not literally the whole night, but you know, for the rest of the stream. I think our goal is to hit like 94 or something. Maybe not that high. Maybe a little bit lower than that. Because 94 would actually be like over an hour more. Who knows, maybe we'll go for it, we'll see. Definitely at least 93. I think 93 is going to be our main target, for sure. We'll hand out code at 91 then. Because at this point, we already know how much more EXP we need. It is approximately 940 at this point with the other battles that we end up doing. And we're farming at roughly 360 per hour. And unless we keep getting repicks like this, there we go. I said hello to Lester and Eliza. I said hello to Dwight if I didn't already say hello. Welcome, welcome. I said hello, Genki. Hope all has been well. Let's see. Hey, Genki, have you maxed a new hero class yet? Have you gone on that power grinds? I said hello, Jamie, as well. Welcome, welcome. We pulled it last night. I mean, I was actually really surprised by the number of people who said they haven't maxed it. Like, we also haven't maxed ours, though I was surprised that the number was only like 12% maxed. Like, I was expecting that to be a little bit higher. Because by the end of the stream, it was like 11-12%. Hey, Pet Gnome! Oh, we already have one active. Boo. That's unfortunate. It's active for like another 30-something minutes, too. So we can't even wait it out. Like, if we knew the other pet was almost done, I'd wait it out. But, actually, that's not true. Isn't it almost done? Hold up, maybe I should have waited it out. Because it was near the beginning of the stream, and it said 50 minutes. So right now, it's probably at like 20 minutes. It's still a long while to wait out, though. Let's see, how much longer is on our pet so we know for the next one? Yeah, 23 minutes. That's why I thought I said 20 minutes. 23, close enough. But, yeah, in about 20 minutes from now, or even 15 minutes from now, if we do see a pet gnome, I might just hold it. Because I don't mind holding it for like a few minutes, even up to maybe 10 minutes. Just holding it for like half an hour is just a bit too long. If it were off stream, we could kind of do it. But like on stream, we definitely can't hold it that long, that's for sure. Like 10 minutes probably the longest time. Ideally just a few minutes. We'll likely find another though. They're out there somewhere. Actually, that's something else I didn't really think about too. I mentioned it during the video. However, whenever a new class comes out, there's a chance we're actually on average going to see more pet gnomes. Because the most efficient way to farm a hero class is in what we're doing right now. And you can get pet gnomes from doing what we're doing right now. Meaning if a bunch of people in your guild was doing that method, you would probably find a pet gnome every hour. If everyone still need the class maxed. We're going to have 2 class trials in the upcoming weeks. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, that is true. We have one next week, and I believe 2 weeks after that week. So yeah, we actually do have 2 other class trials coming for it that you can get passive EXP for. I should maybe mention that in the video. I actually completely forgot about that. Like, I knew those events were still coming, but I forgot that the class would always happen during those weeks. And even if you only do the free battles, you get 50 EXP for both those 2 weeks. And you're going to get 100 EXP for free just from doing the free battles for the 2 class events. Which is basically, oh, that's still not that much EXP though. That's like 20 minutes of grinding normally. But still more, that's 20 minutes you didn't have to grind though. Potentially. But yeah, they did that last time as well. Basically, the way that these kingdom events work is that every other week you get an event for the kingdom. So the very first week was an event for the kingdom, the 3rd week, which is next week, is the event for the kingdom, and the very final week is the event for a kingdom. And it looks like they're doing the same way that they did it for Nexus, where it goes new kingdom, then random kingdom, new kingdom, then random kingdom, and then it ends on new kingdom for the 5th week of the campaign pass. And it looks like they're doing the same thing again. There's a chance we could take that Gorgolfa. I don't want to chance it though. Same as that one. Both of them we could have probably taken. Don't want to risk it though. Especially the Gorgolfa because we know he has 25% revive. If it was a lower level player, we'd pretty much know they wouldn't have 5% revive, but someone with that rating would. Or most likely would anyways. Especially since it's like the 1st or 2nd trait. Because we know his final trait's that score reduction. And 1st trait's actually not that hard to get on Legends. The 2nd or 3rd that are the harder ones. Hey, you gotta play a Switch game to fill the time. Yeah, we haven't streamed anything on Switch for a little while now. I'm just concerned about the screen condition. However, I was messing with it slightly earlier. And it looks like I can bend it to some degree without it really breaking more. Because it's broken enough at this point where it's actually in a stable condition of brokenness. Where it's like broke just enough that it stopped breaking itself. Because the way that it was like flared, the metal on it was like causing it to break more. But now it's kind of got enough wiggle room that moving it more does not actually break it more necessarily. Like to some degree it probably will at some point. But currently, moving it more doesn't seem to break it more, as long as you don't move it past a certain point. That's one of the reasons we haven't been doing Switch games recently, though we will be next week. We're going to be doing Xenoblade Chronicles 3, as was generously donated by Zeddicus earlier. Actually, not yet, but he is going to be. It doesn't actually release till tomorrow. Actually, it releases in 3 hours from now. I will not be doing a stream for it this weekend, though. But it does technically release in 3 hours. However, it will be a game that we do not do exactly at launch. We do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, and maybe that weekend. Because I'm pretty sure we won't be finished by then. Because if it's anything like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, there's almost no way we are going to be finished by a 3rd stream. Even if we streamed it for the maximum 12 hours. That would not be enough time to finish that game, I am pretty sure. Especially since we'll be looking through every cutscene. I'm not going to read like all the lore in every single section though. Because if it's anything like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you can spend just an hour talking to every single NPC in an area. Some of the Pokemon games we're just gonna be like ignoring most of that. I feel like I do that in most RPGs. Like if they give you a town and you can talk to everyone in that town, I'll save it for post game. And if you miss some lore during it, then oh well. Because I almost never ever talk to every NPC in an area every single time I reach a new area. Like, you get some a little bit extra lore, but it's just so much reading. Because they're almost never voice acted in any game. Like, not even Triangle Strategy, that was like 90% voice acted. Even their town scenes did not have voice acting. The cutscenes in the town scenes did, but like the actual talking to NPCs in a town didn't. Like, no game ever voice acts them. Like, even they know they're just tacking it on for game length. Let's see. We'll take that over. Hoping your laptop doesn't go blind. There is a solution. However, the solution for me to be able to see my laptop screen makes it literally impossible for me to play, stream on Switch. Because my solution currently, since I didn't get another monitor yet, or another TV yet, is to use my TV as my screen. But the problem with that is I also use my TV to capture my thing off of. So that would be kind of problematic if the screen ever went blind. I don't think it will, because from what I can tell with how it's broken, the wiring to make the screen work is on the right side, not the left side. Because I'm looking at like the connecting thingy on this side, and I'm seeing nothing that would indicate a screen to function, which means the functionality for it's on the side that's not broken. So we got really lucky. Because the side that broke seems to not be the side that has the everything to make the screen actually work. Because it seems to run down through the right side, not the left side, and left side's broken. So we got kind of lucky there. Unless it is there and I just don't realize it. But from what I could tell internally, like, nothing should be making it function. It's literally just a shell. It has to be connected to the laptop somehow, so it must be on the other side. Where it is luckily not broken at all. Let's hello, Vespeni. Welcome. So the screen should last for a while. Worst comes to worst, as long as the internals don't snap, I'm pretty sure you could literally just connect it together and have it exposed. Like, the whole shell could break and I'm pretty sure it would still function. It would just be very inconvenient. It's normally a flat, flexible container. Or connector, I mean. Oh, I see no connector on the broken side. Because it would have to run down the latch. And the left latch is broken and I don't see it. So it has to be the right latch. Because the screen normally wouldn't have it on both sides. It would either have it all the way at the right or all the way at the left. And this laptop seems to be all the way at the right, which is beneficial. Since it is broken all the way to the left. Let's see, we'll take that over. Isn't that how most screens are set up, though? Like, isn't it normally set to the right orientation where you'd have the wiring for it on a screen? Because I don't see too many, like take-apart videos. But almost every single one I've seen, the screen was connected on the right side, not the left. Like, I think even the Nintendo Switch, even though mine's not really broken, but I believe even that screen has a right-orientated connector. I'm not sure if that's just standard or what. But most build parts I've seen have it on the right, not the left. It's probably because of screen orientation, because most screens are probably set up so that when it's hooked up, it's you know, in the correct orientation when it's set up to the right. Because if you had a left orientation, it'd be upside down, which would not be good. So it might just be standard that most are connected that way. I think we can take this one. He doesn't have anything that has revive. His durability is definitely low enough to kill. I said I'd hand out a code once we hit level 91. I think we're almost at level 91. Let me double check. Feels pretty close. No wonder why. We're literally 4 battles away. No wonder why I feel so close. Let's go do this 4 battles and then we'll hand out a code. And then we'll keep grinding a little. But I think we want to try for aiming for 93 to stream. Definitely 92. If we get 93 now, it's less we'll have to do later. However, when we do it later, we'll be during Vault events, so we'll be getting Vault event benefits. Because after we end this stream, I'm probably not grinding again until Vault event starts. Oh no, the cold medicine is putting you to sleep. Well, good night, Isabel. I'll catch you later. Just go ahead and stream until we hit 100? We could, but we're not going to tonight. It wouldn't take that long either. Like, if we streamed for another 2.5 hours, we'd easily hit 100. But I'm just going to farm the rest when we have Vault event so we get extra loot from it. Because it makes sense just to delay it by several hours and get like 10 times as much loot. But it's definitely a great weekend to max out the class. Because teams aren't too much slower. Especially if you don't even have double Ironhawk to begin with. Your team's literally no slower than what it would already be. But even if you do have double Ironhawk, Rowan is 4 wins per minute, double Ironhawk is 6. Like, it's technically 50% slower, but you're getting 1 class XP per battle. Because what we're doing right now is 3 wins per minute, which is twice as slow as the other method. The other one's 4 wins per minute if we're using Rowan and Explore 1. Or, you know, similar low-level Explorer like 2, 3, or 4, or Phoenicia team on Explore 5, 6, or 7, or something similar. Though you can't really use this hero class with Phoenicia. But those are about 4 wins per minute. And then you have double Ironhawk, which is 6 wins per minute. So this is twice as slow as doing Ironhawk method. But we get the chance of getting pet gnomes, and we're getting 2 class XP per fight, meaning 6 total per minute for 360 total per hour. Also, class XP is worth about 1 gem each. Like, that's about what the equivalence of class XP comes out to. Which is actually insane value when you think about it. Because that means this method is approximately 360 gems per hour in class XP savings that you wouldn't have had to spend for the event. I still spent a bunch because I like covering the video instantly and all that. However, yeah, you can just farm it all. And you're saving yourself effectively 5,050 gems of EXP. As basically every 1 EXP is 1 gem. Which means every battle we're doing is basically 2 gems. Which makes the effective gem rate, even though this doesn't give any gems, the effective gem rate of doing something like this is technically 360 per hour. At least in savings. That you wouldn't have to spend on a class directly. Which is quite a lot of gems. Like, there's pretty much no method in the game that farms 360 gems per hour. And by pretty much no method, I mean literally no method. Actually, that's not true. If you take the effective time it takes to take tribute, that is technically over 1,000 gems per hour later in the game. But you can only claim it once per hour, but it only takes you like under a minute to claim it. So the effective gem rate is like in the thousands for tribute later in the game. Because each tribute these days is like way over 20. And the effective time to take it's either 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how you count it out, or how long the game takes to load. Which means even if it was 1 every minute, that's 60 per hour, that's 1,200 gems per hour minimum. Even if you count each tribute as 1 minute. Obviously that's the effective rate though. The obvious actual hourly rate is like 20-ish, because that's the most you could take it per hour. But if you accumulate all the times of how long it actually takes you to take it, it is effectively over 1,000 to 2,000 gems per hour, technically. It's just that 1 hour is spread across a very long amount of time, rather than a consecutive hour. I hope you get well soon, Isabel. Have a good nap. Or I should say sleep. It's definitely not a nap at this point. It's getting pretty late. Well, my sleep schedule has been all over the place lately. So it's Thursday going into Friday. Hopefully I'll get good sleep for once. My Thursday into Friday sleep's always awful. Who knows, maybe tonight will be different. Also, they really need to add an EXP, a way to show how much EXP you have. I have no clue how they still haven't added such a feature. Now, what I mean by that is you can see how much you need for your hero EXP, but for your class EXP, there's no indicator for it. So we have no clue how close we are currently to maxing out our hero class. Like, this screen right here does not give any indication. Clicking this does not give us any indication. There's nowhere on the screen where I can check how close we are to getting the next class level. Is a feature I really wish they would have added ages ago. And to this day, they still have not added it, which is very strange. I just don't understand why exactly. And the worst part is, everyone who would kind of like be advocating for such a feature, you know, like the super active people, probably already have most, if not every hero class already maxed. So over time, less people would advocate for such a thing because, you know, they're kind of already done with it. But they still really need to add it. It just seems really weird that that specifically does not have a tracker in match. Because your bigger number has a tracker for it, but your smaller number for the class does not have a tracker. It never tells you how close you are to next class level. And that's relevant for a lot of the game. Like, even with the most efficient methods, it still takes almost 1,000 hours to max every class. Technically, with most efficient methods, it takes under 600 or so. Like 600, 700-ish or so. But generally speaking, you're not going to be doing only the most efficient method to level them. You're going to be doing other stuff as well. Because almost no one's doing this exact method for literally every class. Across every single one of them, always. You're going to be getting some passively, you're going to be farming maybe with Rowan or some other team. Or, well, technically this is Rowan, but you know, in like Explore or something. During Vault events. Like, you're not always going to be running at the quickest possible speed. It's in the menu with the team, so it's right there. It's kind of like the timer for Nomapalooza. The timer for Nomapalooza is... There's two timers in this game that make absolutely no sense. That in theory, they'd be very useful, but they're in a location that is completely unusable. One of them is the match timer. This timer right here does not show at the end of battle. There's actually a timer that tells you every single battle how long you've taken to do the battle. The problem with this timer is a lot of battles are so quick that we can't actually check it. Like, if we click back on here, we can, like, get a quick glimpse of it. However, if you don't do that, nowhere's on this win screen does it tell you, like, how long your battle took. It has a bunch of other useless info, but nowhere's does it have the timer that says, hey, you were going for 18 seconds. Like, the most useful location, like, you know, the end of battle screen, where you would likely want to put the timer for how long your battle took, does not actually show you how long the battle took, even though the game itself tracks it with a literal number just ticking down. And even if that number wasn't there, I'm pretty sure it would still track it internally somewhere. But yeah, we can't even check it. Like, the best way you can do it is click this very quickly at the end of a battle and just hope you click it quick enough. Like we saw that one was 11 seconds. But on the final screen, it doesn't actually show it. The other one is Nomapalooza. It shows it on the main menu, and you would think, oh, the main menu, that's a great place to put a timer like that, and they probably thought the same thing. However, during effective Nomapalooza farming, there's not a single Nomapalooza farming method where you ever go to the main menu other than when you start a Palooza to get out of the menu. Like, as you leave Soulforge is the only time you ever actually see that timer, which isn't even relevant because all you see is the timer at the 15-minute mark, or, you know, right when it starts. So even though it displays a timer, every menu where you would actually need to... Like, you're never in a menu where you could visually see the timer. Because if you're doing Explore 12 farming, which is where you're... not Explore 12, but any Explore farming, you're constantly in this menu. In this menu, you cannot see the timer. that's hidden all the way behind 2 black screens. Because not only is it hidden behind this black screen, it's also hidden behind this black screen, which basically makes it almost like 100% black, meaning you can't see the timer behind it. You can barely even see the word on the previous blacked out screen, let alone any part of the map. But yeah, it's just completely blocked from most farming methods, which is very funny. Yeah, there's a lot of instances like that in the game, where like they put something like I feel like that will happen if they actually put the class XP there. Like it'll be there, but there's like no usable way to actually like distinguish it. Like even if they had a way to see the class XP, it'd be like hidden in a way where you just can't get to it. Kind of like how it is now. Anyways, anyone in my guild, Cookie, can you double check, because I think Isabel's not here anymore. Can you double check how much time is on the current pet gnome? If it's under 5 minutes, we might just wait here a second. So if you could check that real quick, that'd be great. Yeah, we got 2 pet gnomes in an hour. This method generally will find you a pet gnome every hour. The method we're doing right now. That's not 100% consistent, but generally speaking, you will find a pet gnome every hour with this method, on average. The Cookie's about to check. I just wanted to see if it's close on timer, because I'm pretty sure it only has a few minutes left, so I might as well wait it out. Take a little water break. Stay hydrated. It says 2 minutes left? Okay, we'll just wait out 2 minutes. So, what do you guys want to chat about for 2 minutes? You will kill it and won't see another pet gnome for hours. True. That could happen. Like, it's not fully consistent that you'll find it every hour, but it's pretty likely you would. During Nomopalooza, you definitely would, that's for sure. But even when it's not Nomopalooza... Oh yeah, did I never hand out a code? Wait. Wait. Did I never hand out the code earlier? Hold up, let me go hand out a code. Wait. I meant to hand that out at the other thing earlier. And I think I completely forgot. I'm not sure what I got distracted by. But I never even handed out the first code, did I? Let me go hand out the first code. Wait. I should say the only code. I completely forgot to do that earlier, didn't I? Whoops. There you guys go. 1 second. Oh, that's perfect. That'll fill the time that we need to wait anyways. That's rather convenient. Whoops. 1 second. Wait, why did it not... There it goes. Oh, no, I just pasted it twice because it lagged. No, 1 second. This is going to be hard to copy-paste if I have 2 of it copy-pasted next to each other. Oh, yeah, I was distracted saying goodnight to Isabel because of her, she kind of got sick from the medicine. Well, not from the medicine, but, you know, she was tired from it. Not sick. But yeah, anyone in my guild, can you tell the exact moment when the pet's down? Let me know. Someone said 1 minute. Just want to wait it out, and then we click the rolling win button. Wouldn't that be funny if we just cascaded a win? Like, I take the skull and we somehow hit, like 1,000 skulls. Because there's almost no way we kill it while entangled. Oh, you're checking it right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the timer's up. I just want to make sure. If we waited a few minutes, we could wait another one. Oh, what was Tyrion saying? Now that Izzy isn't here, what was in that box? No. That's funny. I'm just waiting out some timer. Just waiting on the 100% confirmation from someone in the guild. Hopefully we don't accidentally beat him by then. Also, hopefully he doesn't run away. Wouldn't that be funny? Okay, I'm pretty sure we can kill at any moment now. Okay, it's clear. Okay, I was gonna say. Timer should be up by now. There we go. Unfortunately, we got a piece of. They really need to fix it to give one of the person who... Like, that would be the easy... Well, not the easiest fix, but, like, the best fix they could ever do is make it so the person who triggers a pet battle guarantees get one they don't have maxed. This not only gives incentive to be the person who finds the pet for your guild, but it'll also fix the issue where you get a pet that you already have for the 1.5 billion time. But I really wish they would do that really simple fix, as it would make pet farming so much better. Like, it's literally the only change they would have to make to fix pets completely. Just make it so whoever triggers a pet will always trigger a pet they do not have max, but make it so it can't do cosmetic pets still. Only the ones that are actually in drop table. So if they already have every single one that's in drop table, just as a random one then. But if they are still missing any, it would automatically do one they're missing. Because this would do 2 things. It would make it so as a guild, you would generally get stuff that you need. Because generally, you know, since you're getting most of your pets from guild, you'll be getting them around the same time. So you'll be getting progress together on that. But the other thing is, it gives incentive to whoever doesn't have like a bunch of pets max to be the person to actually activate the pets. So that everyone can get them. But also so that they can specifically get the ones they're missing. It would solve basically every issue pets currently have. It would also make pet bait worth more, and they normally charge money for that. So it would also give them monetary incentive. I'm actually surprised pet bait doesn't already do that. Like, pet bait doesn't even let you choose what pet you get. It just gives you a random one. It doesn't even give you a random one you don't have, it just gives you literally a random one. And it can't even be cosmetic. It still draws from the same drop table that all the normal pets draw from. Like, everything about pet gnome bait's kind of bad. Like, they don't give any extra incentive to it. Which is, to some degree, is kind of a good thing, because it's not pay to win in that regard. But they literally give zero incentive to it. It's kind of funny. Not like pets really even help that much, though. The bonuses you get from pets are pretty minuscule. They're almost like meddling a troop. Like, yes, it helps, but the amount of benefit you get is so ridiculously small. That's normally trivial. No, they all add up. There's a lot of small bonuses in this game, where it's like, oh, it's only a few points, but then you add it all together, it's like, oh, how is this person like 50 stats higher than me? Like, it's a bunch of small points, but it adds up to be a lot of points. Because our stats probably look gigantic. Like, here's a new player, basically. And here's our stats. Like, you keep adding those little small points, they definitely add up to be a lot. Because every instance where you get more stats, like, each one seems kind of small. But then you add up every single instance, and it's like, oh, that's a lot of extra stats. Most of those milestones are pretty easy to reach, though. Like, you reach a point in the game where getting extra stats becomes harder. Like, as you're progressing through the game, you get a lot of additional stats. But you eventually hit a wall where stats start going up much, much slower. Because you got all the quicker stat gains out of the way. Oh, that one's actually a spell reduction troop if it has it fully traded. That's actually really bad. Good, it's not fully traded. It was low enough rating that it was very unlikely to be fully traded. Which is kind of weird because this other weaker legend is actually fully traded, but stronger one isn't. And by stronger, I mostly mean more annoying. Because technically not that much stronger. It just has 75% spell reduction. It's actually the only troop in the game with it. Though Tina 9000 is still effectively tankier than it. Even though Tina 9000 is 50% spell reduction instead of 75%, the one that has 75% does not have a durability gain. So against physical-based spell damage, Tina 9000 actually has more durability than the 75% reduction one. It's kind of like how Gorgolfa isn't technically the tankiest troop in the game. Even though it has the second highest score reduction, there's a lot of things that gain benefits through other means, like Barrier on Brown and stuff like that, that are effectively tankier. Even Sentinel hero class, or not Sentinel, well, Sentinel is a good example as well, but Geomancer is like way tankier than Gorgolfa. And way more flexible what you can use with it. Because even though it's 50% reduction, gains Barrier on Brown, also having all the other benefits hero has, like immune to stun. Gorgolfa has Cleanse to get it off, but it doesn't have immune to any stats effect. Whereas this does. Or at least it will once we ever get to level 100. Which we don't quite have yet. We'll have it probably tomorrow. And by probably tomorrow, I mean like guaranteed tomorrow. There's no way we end tomorrow without having it fully leveled. There's no situation where we do not have it fully leveled tomorrow. Probably gonna do it first thing in the morning too. I'm already level 92. Alright, let's go for level 93. I think we want to go to level 93 to stream and end it there then. So we'll go for a little bit longer. We almost already went for an hour, but we'll go an extra little bit of time. Let's see, how long would that realistically take? Probably 10 to 15 minutes. Probably closer to 15. Because we're doing 360 per hour. Well, it's 6 per minute. We need 93 XP. Of that, we already probably got some of it, so we need 90 XP. 6 per minute, that is 15 minutes. Yeah, I was right the first time. So in 15 minutes from now, we should have a maxed out hero class. How much you want to make a bet? Let's go start a timer. In 15 minutes from now, in under 15 minutes, we should have a max class. Let me go bring up the timer. And I'll time it to show you. There we go. The timer has started. So unless we play very slowly, we should have a max class before that hits 15 minutes. It would be cool if they let us check the fight. Each pet baits can be used. What do you mean by that? Getting a pet we don't need with it makes the bait... Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Because you can easily roll a pet that you already have. Like, the way they have it set up makes no sense. Like, almost everything related to pets these days. Like, there's so much quality of life they could do for it, of which they've done none currently. I really hope we get a pet rework patch. Or just a patch that throws it in. There's so many simple things they could do to fix it as well. One other one that's definitely pretty highly requested is adding them to Soulforge. Because there's currently no rotation of pets per week. You have it for weapons, you have it for troops, you have it for almost everything in the game pretty much. But you don't have it for pets. That'd be another solution, even if they don't do the other one. I feel like the other one would be harder to code. The Soulforge one probably would be a lot easier. Oh, I mean leveled class. You were definitely not getting it maxed. I meant one more level. We were definitely not getting it maxed in 15 minutes, that's for sure. I meant to say leveling it to 93. The next level. Yeah, it's definitely not getting maxed in that time. It'll be maxed by tomorrow. But it will not be maxed within the next 15 minutes, that's for sure. So we can start getting hundreds of EXP per minute. As Genki mentions, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Hey, did I not post the code into chat? Wait. Oh, no, I did earlier. Because I didn't do my whole spill on the code. I just kind of put it there and didn't say anything. Yeah, here's the code. Use on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Invite codes and settings menu. Redeem codes right over there in chat. Copy paste the random numbers and letters. Keep the same word as always. True charge maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. There you guys go. I'm not even obligated to say that. I just like saying it every single time. It's kind of become the habit now. Oh no, he has to merge. No. If we don't make it within 15 minutes, it's this battle right here that prevented us. We're not that long from max. If we consecutively farmed, we're under 2.5 hours from max. That's not that long at all. We're not going and doing all that right now, but we're just doing one more level. But if we were to consecutively farm, we'd be done in 2.5 hours. We'd have a level 100 class. I'll be doing that tomorrow, though, for sure. Probably off-stream, oddly enough. Just because I want to cover the video on the new hero class, but have it fully maxed. A week after the fact, but it will be 100% maxed. You're trying to open 100 vault keys, and you've already gotten 3 vault keys drops when you open 50. That's kind of funny. I've only ever gotten a drop, I think, twice from a vault key. Because it's possible to get a vault key from a vault key. I've never gotten epic vault key from it yet, and I've only gotten normal vault key twice. The chance of getting any vault key at all is a lot lower. But a 10% chance to get epic vault key from a vault key still happens. Also, hello, Dustin. Welcome. Also, thank you, Moolah, for the $10 tip. Greatly appreciate it, as usual. Thank you so much, and your generosity is definitely greatly appreciated. So Dustin, you were looking at the Zugoff craft in Soulforge today, and it said 50,000 souls, but didn't it cost 1 million souls? No. You're thinking of Dawnbringer and Dustbringer. Dawnbringer and Dustbringer are both mythic weapons that require technically 1.3 million souls, 100,000 per component, and then the 1 million for the actual object itself. But no, I'm pretty sure you're confusing it with Dawnbringer and Dustbringer. Because I'm pretty sure it has always costed 50,000 souls. Like whatever Zugoff currently costs in Soulforge, I'm pretty sure it has always costed in Soulforge. But it's Dustbringer and Dawnbringer that both cost 1 million. Technically 1.3 million due to their components. Since every part of the 3 parts you need costs 100,000 each. Your first epic vault key was from a vault key back when? Was it really? Wow, that's actually exceedingly rare. Like, we've opened thousands of them and still have never seen an epic vault key from a vault key. Though I still have thousands more we need to open. I probably should start opening them at some point. We have such a backlog of vault keys. Like, we could do a whole stream where all we do is open vault key and we won't even dent our stack. Who knows, maybe we'll need to do it sometime. No time soon, though. But at some point. We should do this, like, a day-long stream where all we do is open vault key. The vault key palooza. It won't be during a vault event or anything. It'll just be us just straight opening vault keys for, like, an entire day. For no reason other than to get their loot. And we'd probably keep track of how much good loot we get during the time, like how many power orbs we get, how many, actually that'd probably be the main thing we track. Maybe power card, we'd probably track two things, how many tarot cards we get, and how many power orbs we get. Tarot card, just because I kind of want to see what the ratio comes out to. And power orbs, because it's probably the main thing we actually want as a drop. What is your opinion on the cost of Dustbringer and Dawnbringer? Dawnbringer's worth it, Dustbringer is not. Dawnbringer's a lot more accessible because it's always in Soulforge. It's also just better, oddly enough. So if we were to go for one or the other, I would go for Dawnbringer. Dawnbringer value is okay. You normally will only see me use it on Thursday class events. The only thing it is truly meta for is Thursday class events these days. Every other purpose it has, other things kind of outclass it these days. You can somewhat still use it in Guild Wars, but it's very situational if you would use a team with it. Normally it'd be a red team day, normally. It was also usable on yellow and blue, but normally it'd be on red if you were to use on any of the four. Mostly because red doesn't have as many good defensive options, and Dawnbringer is a decent defensive option, while also being an offensive option. But yeah, Deathbringer is a bit underwhelming. The problem is it has a 25 mana cost, which makes it hard to fill a lot of times, whereas Dawnbringer only has a 20 mana cost. Like, the effect that Dustbringer does can be occasionally better, but it's more RNG based. Whereas Dawnbringer gives you guaranteed protection while still doing decent damage for a lower mana cost. And a 5 mana cost might not seem like much on something that already has such a high mana cost, but in that particular instance it does. Because neither of them really help you mana accumulate. Because in other instances where some things have a high mana cost, they have some amount of mana accumulation on them. Whereas Dustbringer and Dawnbringer, I think they destroy like 2 gems related to their color. Which is pretty much almost 0 mana accumulation. That means on average you're only going to give you 2 mana back. Which is very low. And that's also assuming they're not blocked. Because that mana will initially go to whatever's first on your team. Or there's a different color in front of it. Or, you know, the same color, I mean. Blocking its path. But if you're going to get one or the other, it's definitely Dawnbringer. You pretty much even ignore Dustbringer exists for almost the entirety of the game. It's pretty expensive and you never really need it for anything. I would still get the components you need for Dawnbringer though. I mean Dustbringer, I mean. Because unlike Dawnbringer that's always in the Soulforge, the parts for Dustbringer rotate. And it can take like an entire year for them to rotate around. So the 3 components of Dustbringer I would get like as soon as you see them, if you have the souls for them. But actually crafting the weapon itself, you don't tend to do it to it being a million. So we're about to see how close my math is. Because I said it would take 15 minutes. Hey, another pet gnome. I already triggered one. Yeah, so you could easily get a pet gnome per hour. We're at 3 in under an hour. Because we haven't been doing this the whole time. But yeah, we've gotten 3 pet gnomes in under an hour. Only one of them actually triggered a pet though, because you know it was already active. The first one didn't because there was already one active. The second one did because there wasn't, and the third one did because I already activated the other one. Wrong troop. Trying to click the other one to mana accumulate, that's not going to work. Though technically Mirage Queen can mana accumulate for you. It's just a lot less consistent being Doom Skulls like that. Also, was that guy called Doom? That's pretty funny. Almost looks like one of the enemies from Doom, the battle he had set up. I wonder if he made his team themed around it. That'd be kind of funny. I never actually played any of the Doom games. The closest I've come is that one skin that Fall Guys has. Because the Doom guy actually has the skin in there as well as a couple of the enemies from Doom. I've seen speedruns of some of like the really old games. I've never actually played any Doom game. It's because it's kind of the shooter genre, which is one I generally never play. Alright, if our math is correct, it should be in the next 4 minutes. We shall have a level 93 class. I'm actually curious how close it comes out to. Because if we don't have it by the time that timer goes down, we're actually farming slightly slower than estimated. Oh, if we get it before then, we're actually technically going slightly quicker than estimated. Because we're pretty much exactly on the .90 XP away when I mentioned the 15-minute mark. Or 15 minutes to level, that is. Oh, don't do that. That's going to ruin our time. We had 2 battles that if we're going to be short, it was because of this battle and the other one. We just had 2 really unfortunate battles that took longer. That normally don't happen that often. I got a little unlucky twice in a row there. Well, not in a row, but you know. Somewhat consecutively. Oh, there we go. Oh, wait, that was way quicker. Hold up. We did it in 12 minutes. Oh, there's our level, 93. Okay, I might have overestimated, I guess. Wait, we did it in 12 minutes. When the estimate was 15. Wait, is this actually doing more than 6 XP per minute, then? Because that was actually surprisingly quick. I just kind of assumed the average battle was taking 20 seconds. But that means we're actually winning quicker than 20 seconds per battle. Which makes sense, because the timer we see, like, right over here, if we go click on it right at the end of the battle, would kind of indicate so. Like, that battle took us 8 seconds. So you have to count loading screens and all that. As well as the battles that take longer, like the fewer we're getting. But apparently, this is actually quicker than 6 XP per minute. At least in theory. I feel like with every possible slowdown, it comes out ultimately to 6 per minute. And we just kind of got luckier there. Because at 6 per minute, it should have taken us 15 minutes. But it took us 12. Anyways. Guess we'll end it there. And we'll finish the rest of the grind, probably off stream, oddly enough, during the Vault event. Because my goal, probably at this point, is to go max out the class. How much more XP do we need? It's about, let's go do some quick calculation. So, let's do like 98 times 7. 98 times 7. That's 686. It's a little bit overestimate, but divide that by 360. It would take 2 hours or less. But yeah, we could easily do that. Get it done off stream, cover the video on it, on the class, and then we'll do our normal stream tomorrow night. Where we'll go do a bunch of vault grinding and all that. Yeah, that's probably what we'll end up doing then. But yeah, that's pretty much the game plan. I'll go max it out off stream as soon as Nomapalooza starts. Probably doing a similar method, if not the exact same method, because then we get the quicker XP. We'll cover a video going over to Hero class sometime during the day tomorrow. And then tomorrow night we do Nomapalooza. And we'll be farming it normally with probably Dust Devil team because we already have Geomancer max, so we won't need to worry about maxing it. How long can a player be absent from a game without losing status? I don't think guilds auto-kick, though it really depends on what guild you're in. Like, as far as the game itself, you can leave it for as long as you want, and you won't get, like, penalized in any way. But as far as being in a guild, that's questionable. Because guilds, every guild is different. But generally, from an average guild, you will get kicked in, like, a week or 2 if you are inactive for that long. As far as the game itself, you don't get penalized at all for leaving for weeks, months, years. There's a lot of people who've been coming back after years who, you know, they catch back up in like a month or so. Especially with how the resource system works in the game. Especially with how Nomapaloozas work, because gosh, you get a lot of loot to catch up with on Nomapalooza events. But anyways, guys, with that being said, I will catch you guys when the Nomapalooza event starts. It is starting in 5 hours, 33 minutes. It It'll be going all 3 days long, the entire weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as it normally does. Resets at Monday reset time, it'll end. And yeah, great time to be grinding. Generally, you want to do quick kill explore or quick kill PvP if you want to go get some class XP, while also farming it and getting pet gnomes. But yeah, great time to be farming in the game. You get a lot of loot. You get a lot of vault keys and epic vault keys, which translates to gems, gem keys, event keys, a bunch of keys. Some other troops you normally wouldn't get, like tarot cards and stuff like that. A lot of good loot in there, as well as orbs. A lot of orbs, very high amount of orbs, as well as chance for power orbs and stuff like that, as well as all the other good ones. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck with the grind if you're going to be doing it. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, hour and a half prior to now tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully between now and then, we will have a video up going over the new hero class at level 100. And I will be showing out the max hero class, showing some teams, all that. And going from there. And we'll have a bunch of copy-paste team codes. But anyways, goodbye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good weekend. Best of luck with the Vault event grind. And I'll catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.